It was supposed to be a night of joy, a celebration of 10 years together, a decade marked by laughter, hardships, growth, and love. I wanted our anniversary to be something unforgettable, a memory that would shine even brighter with time. I planned an elegant dinner at a refined restaurant, inviting close family, friends, and a few people who had been part of our journey. I imagined us later, smiling and reminiscing about everything we had built side by side. When the evening began, I watched her radiance fill the room. She wore the dress I had carefully chosen for her, and her laughter carried warmth that seemed to enchant everyone. Pride swelled in me. I felt certain I had chosen the right partner for life. Just as I was about to raise my glass for a toast, however, I noticed a sudden shift in her expression. A fleeting shadow crossed her face, her gaze wandering toward the entrance as though she were waiting for something. And then he walked in, her ex, a man I had assumed belonged firmly in her past. My chest tightened as I saw her light up at his presence. She rose, met him halfway, and embraced him. The hug lingered too long, her hand resting on his shoulder in a way that made my stomach twist. I tried to dismiss it as harmless courtesy, but doubt had already taken root. The tension spread through the room. Guests began whispering as their voices grew louder and their closeness became undeniable. And then came the blow I could never have prepared for. She kissed him, not a quick, polite gesture, but a deliberate, intimate kiss that froze the room. The world seemed to stop as she betrayed me before the very people gathered to celebrate our marriage. Gasps filled the air. Faces turned in disbelief. My own pulse thundered in my ears as the ground beneath me gave way. She pulled back eventually, but there was no shame in her expression. Instead, she looked around with a smirk, as if she had achieved some cruel victory. At that moment, I understood. 10 years of commitment had been reduced to ashes. Without speaking, I put on my coat, nodded briefly to a few stunned guests, and walked out. No tears, no arguments, just the clarity that the woman I thought I loved no longer existed. The next morning, reality struck harder, surrounded by reminders of our life. I knew I couldn't let her betrayal pass without consequence. I contacted one of the best divorce lawyers available, someone known for ensuring that people like her walked away with nothing more than what they deserved. My focus became clear: protect every asset we had built, from the house to the savings to the investments. She tried to reach me, endless calls, messages, even showing up uninvited, but I shut her out completely. The right to speak to me had ended the night. She chose humiliation over loyalty. The divorce was ugly. She demanded half, insisted she was entitled to more, but my attorney dismantled every claim. Lies were exposed, contradictions revealed, and her betrayal laid bare. In the end, she received only a sliver of what she expected. I watched her face pale as the outcome sank in. She had destroyed everything with one reckless, selfish act, and now she was forced to live with the cost. Her final attempt came in the form of desperate pleas. She begged for forgiveness, swore it had been a mistake, tried to remind me of the good years. But I saw, clearly, whatever woman I had loved was gone. What stood before me was a stranger. I walked away for the last time, carrying not sorrow, but resolution. She was left with nothing but regret, while I gained everything she had taken for granted: freedom, peace, and the certainty that I had reclaimed my life. Her downfall was her own doing. My liberation was mine.